Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our first live stream of Dezz and Lauren. We have 4 people watching right now, and hopefully the numbers will increase. Now we have 8. So, hi, Yaku. Just you here. Yes, I think the people will catch on just now. It is a Friday evening. It's freezing down in Cape Town, but we have a very important announcement to make, and I know we've done it last minute. I'm sure we'll get many other people coming into this live stream. Welcome to Jorieta, Delwyn, Mari. Welcome to all of you. So hopefully more people will join us, but we need to speak to the public. This is a public live stream. All the subscribers on this channel, so please share the link on your social media feeds. And if you come into the stream later, then just watch the whole live stream from the beginning, please. So we have 60 people watching now, increasing rapidly. Lauren, anything to say?
Well, firstly, hello to everybody and welcome to all our familiar faces. And thank you for joining us and being part of all of these milestones that we're reaching. And this was what we're doing. Yeah, we decided, was it yesterday morning?
Yeah.
We just decided it on its spur of the moment. Well, we have been thinking for a long time how to better do what we're trying to do. And yesterday morning, we came up with this idea to consolidate our efforts.
Because to be all over the place is complicated, especially with all the other things we have to do, with our homeschooling and with all the things that I have to do, especially with regards to Eskom. It just makes it a lot easier for us to consolidate everything in one place. I think it makes it easier for you. You'll be getting more content. The content will be available to you straight away. You can choose if you want to watch it or not. What you prefer to watch. We will add additional playlists to the channel, but you'll see that we now have changed the channel name to Dezz and Lauren, and you can talk maybe about Amiga just briefly, broadly with the public. Remember, it's a public forum.
Absolutely. Yes, so a long time ago, 5 years ago to be exact, I left the political party I was with to start something brand new. And so I started the Organic Humanity Movement. But before we registered the Organic Humanity Movement with the IEC, I was going back and forth. Do I register as a political party or not? And I knew that a very strong part of the mission would be a citizen empowerment program of sorts. And that is the concept of Amiga. We call it Amiga in the Organic Humanity Movement, and it basically stands for Organic Humanity Movement Ending Global Atrocities. And so what we're doing is creating a global philosophy that's counteracting the global governance system that is infiltrating every government across the world. And what we want to do is instill in society, when I say we, I mean anyone that's part of this movement that transcends OHM to a global arena, anyone that's part of this movement will infiltrate society with all the principles that support freedom and humanity. And I just want to emphasize that nothing changes with regards to your channel. You're still bringing the same kind of information.
Correct.
It's just that both of us will be bringing you that information. Sometimes Dezz will do videos on his own. Sometimes I will do videos on my own, and often we'll be doing combined videos.
That is correct. So we were splitting our efforts. Lauren had a channel, I had my channel, and we had a combined channel called Stranger Than Fiction. All we've done now is a Stranger Than Fiction content is being loaded onto a playlist where we will still continue with content like that. I've just released one of those videos earlier, and there's about 50 of them that we will be releasing. And the memberships on those channels, those benefits will be combined. So on this channel, all the memberships will just remain here, and you'll get additional benefits now, which makes it a lot better. You only need to be in one place. It makes it a lot easier for Lauren and I. And we will very soon be moving to a place where we will have a new studio setup. So that's really exciting. So you can look forward to that, but it's about another 35 days to go before we are there. But I'm so excited about the fact that this is the 3-year anniversary of Dezz. 3 years ago, this channel took off. In that week, it just escalated into thousands of views. And we have now gotten over 9.5 million views in that 3 years, which is incredible what this community has achieved. And now we'll be able to achieve even more. We'll be able to reach more people, especially people internationally, because the solution is an international one. It's not just the South African one. And we have many members on this channel, over 2,000, in fact, that are overseas, that aren't living in South Africa. So it's a large group of people. And the members on this channel, which is almost at 1,000 members, it's a large group of people working together to improve their lives. And that'll be a huge focus. The Stranger Than Fiction workshops that we've presented, all of those platforms, this YouTube channel will be the base for that. Very important, we have created a new Telegram channel. Maybe you can just tell
But
everyone
firstly,
about
before we get into the Telegram channel, I just wanted to say that what I was doing, I had my own YouTube channel. We had STF, and then Dezz, of course, had his. And we were very much covering the same topics. And that's one of the reasons we decided to just join forces, because instead of spreading ourselves thin doing the same thing times 3, we're now bringing a more, I think, powerful product, for lack of a better word. Because with STF, we were doing workshops, and we're going to continue with those workshops. And we're going to incorporate a lot of that into our content that we present on this channel. And we now have a Telegram channel as well. And that Telegram channel, it's a new Telegram channel, which we started today. So a lot of you probably will still be on the Dezz Telegram channel. That channel will just stay. And this channel that we've just started, we will post all our YouTube videos that we create, as well as any Facebook content, and as well as information about the workshops that we provide. And with STF workshops, those workshops were 100 Rand each. There's 10 of them, and we're nearing the end. We're going to do workshop number 9 on Monday. And then 2 weeks later, we'll be doing the final one. And the recording to those will always be available to those who want to purchase their spot to view it. And then the Omega training that we're going to offer is going to be completely free for those that are going to be part of it.
So it's very important for the global public, based on the information that we have, which is unique on this channel. And this is a unique offering. Within that knowledge base, the training that we will be giving people within Omega will prepare them for the 21st century and many of the things that we are experiencing today. And there's so many people that are confused about what's happening around them. And a lot of people have been baffled about why Laura and I actually know what's happening next, or what's being planned next by people that we know want to remove our freedom. I've named them before. We've spoken about it before. We're going to focus now on the solutions, and this is important. So the 1,400 odd videos that are already on this channel, we're going to add a lot more. We're going to transfer the content from Stranger Than Fiction across to you. I've already started that. And Lauren will be transferring some of the content from her channel, Evantia, across to you as well. The content that you want everyone to be able to see. But we will continue making new content. Me as an individual, Lauren as an individual, us combined, all on one channel, which is just going to make it so much easier for the information to get out there. And this will be the base and the platform for Omega to take place. And that training to me is special. We've rolled out Omega training some time ago, in person, face to face. And to roll that out worldwide, we will have to do it on a digital platform like Zoom. We won't be able to do everything face to face, and there will be different levels of that training. And we will be able to do certain parts of that training for everyone, and the training will be free. The training that we provide, obviously, if people need to get first aid training or fire training, and the professional company can offer that training, then people will have to fundraise to be able to send people to do those courses. But it's awesome that we're at this phase now, where we focus solely on solutions. For you, a lot of people say it's easy to talk about things, it's easy to complain about things. And on all 3 of the channels, there's been no complaining. There's been awareness creation as well as giving the solution. It's filled with a solution. And a lot of people only see bits and pieces here and there. And now, with everything combined, it's going to be easier to form a cohesive picture. And as you see the content going forward, we will probably reproduce a lot of the thoughts, ideas, concepts again, so that the new people on this channel, we're close to 50,000 subscribers now, and we will probably go from here to 100, 200,000 subscribers, so that those people are able to use that information so they don't have to go and watch 1,400 videos. The other channels will not be removed. They will remain where they are.
Cheryl Georges, hold on, is asking what the Telegram name is. It's literally called Dezz and Lauren, Dezz.
So we will give you the link to that. We've already given that link to our members on Dezz and Lauren. And the reason why we did that is we've had an issue with some people in the past on Telegram, and we just wanted to create a filter initially. So you can look for the channel there, and then you can join. There will be strict admin happening there. You'll be able to comment to the information that's put out. You can ask questions, etc. We're not going to allow links and many other things. So strict protocols will be followed to ensure that everyone remains safe, that no harvesting of people or harassment of people can take place. Okay. So I'm really glad that many people have joined in that are not members on the channel. We really want the members of the public to see this. So hopefully you will share this with as many people as you can. And thanks for being a part of this journey. You know, it's been 3 long years, and yet it's been a very short period of time. It feels like we started just the other day. Any other thoughts?
Yes, well, with one of the desires I've had for a very long time, just didn't see when or how I was going to implement it, was finding a way to filter information for people. So during COVID and all the things that happened, a lot of people woke up to the global powers that control governments. And people started to panic naturally, and were just digging around for any information they could find anywhere. But unfortunately, a lot of truth was mixed up with a lot of misinformation, and so people get distracted. And when you're distracted, it's very hard to focus on real solutions. So what we would love is for this channel to be like a one-stop shop of all the relevant information that is 100% truth that you can get and then make better decisions. So with STF, for instance, a huge focus was giving you the tools to make better decisions for the changes happening within the 21st century. And why do we say that? Well, the United Nations Agenda 21 is an agenda for the 21st century. The Sustainable Development Goals of 2030 are simply just goals that need to be reached in order for this Agenda 21 to fully play out. And then also the fourth industrial revolution is very much part of the agenda for the 21st century. And that's going to completely strip away our humanity across the world. And that's why through STF, we wanted to bring you the information and the tools to overcome that, so that you can be mentally and emotionally resilient to handle any challenge that comes your way. That is perfect training ground for Omega itself, where you not only are being at the best of your ability and reaching your utmost potential, but you're actually working towards a common goal, not just for South Africa, but also for the world. You become a useful super citizen, basically.
That's super important. We need people. Me, myself, Lauren, our family needs other people in the country and in the world to have the information that we're going to be sharing with you, so that you can use that to improve yourself, where you're at, where you are. We don't have to all run to the same place. We can make ourselves strong and resilient where we are. We can make ourselves self-reliant where we are now at this stage. And we're going to give you as much training as possible. And on this channel, as Lauren said, we will give you information that'll help you to sift. And once you do that, you can decide if you want to be a part of this movement on the ground. And this movement is there to empower you. We don't seek power. I don't seek any public office, me, myself, personally. And there is a political arm to this, which is not the main driver on this channel at all. That is driven separately. So the Organic Humanity Movement has its own YouTube channel where you can be a member, where you can be a subscriber, where you can watch the content there. And here we will focus on what every individual needs to do. People have asked me over and over, Desmond, we need information. When it comes to things like Eskom, the electricity grid, and all these things, those things will be explained in detail within the Omega training, the specific levels where you get to know certain things. And I really look forward to that. To me, it's the most important thing that we can do at this stage. And the fact that I can do it together with Lauren, my wife, for those of you that don't know, is really a blessing. And the fact that we've come to this conclusion, made the decisions, and are busy with the transition now is really awesome at this stage. And the country needs it, not just here, but around the world. These plans that we have can be implemented anywhere. Maybe you can talk about that.
Yeah, well, everything we're doing starts with the individual, and it comes from the basic philosophy. A quote I shared quite a while back, about a week or two ago, is that liberation of the country can only happen with self-liberation first. And I really do fully believe that the state of the world and the state of the country and the state of the government is a reflection of ourselves. And as we heal and improve and empower ourselves, we'll see the powers that be dismantle before our eyes, and we'll be able to usher in a brand new way of living where freedom and humanity is protected. So it's about us taking responsibility for our futures. And when all of us have a shared vision and we agree on certain principles and values, and then we liberate ourselves working together, we'll then be able to achieve anything that we want to.
And we can do this in our individual countries. So in each individual countries, it's important that people are sovereign, that you have borders, that people have their own governance. And it's important that they do it with certain values and principles. And that is how we fight the people that want to create this one world government system where borders are missing, where we don't have male and female anymore, where we not old and young anymore, all the things that I've spoken about, that we stop those things dead in its tracks. And over the next couple of weeks, we will come out hard against those systems and speak out against them, give you the details of the plans that have been fomented to fool people, to make them believe that things that they are following, people that are following, organizations that they are following, that these people that claim that they want to help them, give them freedom, give them sovereignty, how the actions do the opposite. And this is important. Look at the actions of what people do. What does the evidence show you? And then you can decide for yourself. I cannot make decisions for you. Lauren can't make decisions for you. We will try and give you the tools that you can use to make decisions.
Yes, and that's the kind of content we'll be bringing you, and we'll be covering very key issues, 10 specific subjects that we will be drawing from to bring you the relevant content that you need. And these are specific topics that stem from Agenda 21 and the SDGs. And they include things like the attack on land ownership and the attack on the ownership of property and possessions, and also how property development takes place, as well as the education system as an entire topic, and not just basic education, but tertiary as well, and how the education system as well as media is used to indoctrinate the minds of the youth. And then also, what else is there? Gender, the way gender is being attacked, and how it's no longer politically correct to use terms like mother or wife or husband and wife or man and woman. That is all a social construct now, and that identity is being attacked.
Even the word family, or what family means, a nuclear family.
Interestingly, I was doing some research on the United Nations basic human rights, and they mentioned how motherhood and young children have special rights. And if you compare that to what's going on in parliaments across the world with regards to mother being removed from vocabulary, it's quite a process and de-evolution that has taken place globally. So the attack on gender, the attack on the freedom of speech, freedom of association, and freedom to demonstrate or picket or gather politically for political activism, that's under attack very much. And we actually discussed that in our members live stream last night.
Yeah.
How even here in South Africa, there are specific things in place that can monitor and then neutralize any threat of people gathering to take action. And that is actually a disaster because that undermines freedom completely and only serves to empower the tyrants that are already in control. And then, what are the other topics? Do you remember?
Well, to me, the topic we discussed last night in the members' live was super important, where our government has now made legal spy equipment that can literally take control of your phones, hijack your personality, hijack your account, speak as if it's you. It is a grave threat to freedom. And to legalize something like that and actually put it out there in the public domain as if it's not such a big problem, and not seeing an outcry from the opposition parties in parliament is shocking. I haven't seen a single one of them say anything about this or actually complain about it. So we have our work cut out for us. We cannot rely on the current governance system, as we've discussed many times before. We need to create a new governance system, and it starts with us. And this is what Omega strives to do, is literally the organic humanity movement ending global atrocities. And atrocities are happening everywhere right now. It's happening in our country. And people are scared. People are confused. People are weary. Many people are tired. And it's our shared duty to use the knowledge that we have to work together towards a common goal. And that common goal, to me, is simply summing up that, yes, countries in the world, we can work together, we can have allies in places, but sovereignty is important. Land ownership is important. Having belongings is important.
It's interesting that everything that gives a person an identity is being attacked and removed.
Correct. So all the ideals that the World Economic Forum has is in opposition to what we stand for. And this global community, yes, on media like this, we can speak to people all over the world, which is really stunning. But we're still in countries that are governed, that are supposed to be sovereign, that have borders. And those things are important. And how we legalize interaction with each other and not having a central place where people dictate to you. So I have a huge problem with where the United Nations is going. And as you've discovered your horror, they have changed many of their thoughts.
I'll be discussing that pretty soon in a separate video, which I'll be loading onto this channel, about the available homeschooling and how homeschooling as a concept is under threat globally. There's actually really no protection for the practice of homeschooling. And I just find it interesting, and it's a pattern I see continuously, which is probably one of the reasons I find myself in the political arena, is that whenever those that already hold power have a problem, all they want to do is throw legislation at it. They just want to create more laws and create more rules. And that's completely the wrong approach to take. And as I'm going through these United Nations documents, as well as the South African laws and constitution, what I see is that they're trying so hard to fix the problems that they've been told are problems, without considering individual liberty or the fact that humans are yet to experience life and there's ups and downs. And by no means can you force someone to live a certain way, even if you think it's good or right. And unfortunately, this is why we cannot be led by leaders. We have to be our own leaders in our lives. And we're going to create a paradigm and a system within South Africa, and hopefully then the rest of the world, where we have a citizenship that is immune to tyranny. And that is what hopefully Omega training will result in, a citizenry across the world that is immune to tyranny. You just will not tolerate it. It's just impossible.
And the beauty of Omega is that we will be able to find people in other countries that can promote what we are doing and do it and implement it in their own countries, in their own ways, and find people to actually join them. So this is not something that'll happen that we can do on a global scale. This is certainly not possible. We need to find people in other countries that are willing to adopt what we are doing in their countries, in their way, in their time, with their processes, and it's going to be very different in the many countries that we do have in the world. And hopefully we'll have some starting places soon for that. But what we need to do here is get going ourselves. And I believe with this channel, we've now set ourselves up for that phase. And after 3 years of Double O Dezz, it's now Dezz and Lauren, and we will be talking about everything related to implementing Omega, and that is super important. And hopefully you will see it as super important. And join us in what we are doing. So any last thoughts before we close, or we're going to take some questions?
We can take questions, of course. Yeah, well, this is just this. I just think it's important that people realize that the power is indeed in your own hands, and working together towards those common goals will result in success. And someone mentioned here that we need morality. We need to bring back morality. And I think the leaders worldwide are just completely void of any form of goodness and morality. And there's specific principles we want to infiltrate society with, things like beauty and intellect and honesty. Those things are missing. And something I keep rehashing and will continue to rehash is that in this age of information, where we're bombarded with all kinds of information from all sides, people are finding it very hard to discern truth from fiction. And we presented a course on filtering information. And one principle that I try to convey and hope that it'll become real to you is that the more honest you are as a person, the more honest you are with yourself, and the more honest you are with people around you, the better you'll be able to discern fact from fiction and truth from lies. And so as you try and strive to be a more honest person, you'll be able to discern, which will give you the tools to make better decisions in your own life. Being honest is being self-reliant. Being honest is being free from being deceived. And that's something I think all of us should focus on. And we should ignore how corrupt the leaders are. Who cares? We ourselves should focus on being the best we can possibly be. And honesty is an aspect of that.
I think what you mentioned now is so important. It's so easy for us to get distracted. And yes, we do need to be aware of things that can take our freedom away or our humanity away. And I believe that will be our focus going forward. Before, the motto on this channel was myself, giving my perspective on history in the future. I've done that. Now we are focusing on humanity and freedom. That'll be our main focus, and we will be doing it in one place, which is really awesome. So if you're a member on Stranger Than Fiction on STF, then you can just come across to this channel, Dezz and Lauren. If you're a member on Evantia, which is Lauren's channel, then you can just come across in your membership there.
Yeah, so you can cancel your membership at Evantia, cancel your membership at STF, and just move across. So we offered perks on STF. Those perks will come across to this channel. They already are coming across to this
We've
channel.
already done that, in fact, and we'll just be transferring the content.
We must just load the videos
Yes.
in the relevant sections.
That's correct. But YouTube has already approved the upgrade to the perks. It's done. Was accepted earlier today, so everything is ready to go. So it's really, really exciting. And I think it will be a big filtering system too. We might actually lose a number of subscribers because of this. And this really doesn't bother me at this stage. We want to find new people that's willing to become a part of this movement of implementing change in their lives and actually doing the learning that is necessary. And it's going to be a learning process for us too. We've learned through our mistakes to get to where we are now.
Yeah, well, like I said at the beginning of this live stream, we just decided this yesterday.
Yeah.
It's a completely new idea for us, but when we came up with the idea, I actually came up with the idea. I still say
Correct.
to Dezz, I'm not sure if you're going to agree with this, but...
This,
and then it just felt all right, didn't it?
Yeah. Besides that, we've been talking about the problems with how we've been doing things for a long time, and things being fragmented. And it's obvious now that we are now at a place where this is what needs to happen. So I thank you for your patience. For those of you that have joined Stranger Than Fiction just recently, when we asked you to move across.
Yeah, which was last week.
Which was last week.
To move across this week.
You can ask for a refund, send us an email, and we can refund you that amount. 2 people have already mailed us, and we will do those refunds immediately. So if you've moved across, please just send us an email and we'll do that refund for you. But If you've waited till the end of the month, then you just remain on this channel, Dezz and Lauren. And if you have moved across, there's not many people that have actually moved across. Then if you can't cancel that, because you can try and cancel it, if the cancellation doesn't work, just send us a mail. Okay.
Yes, Gavin asks us, how can we help you? There's many ways. I think sharing the channel is going to be the best. Liking the video helps for algorithms. Sharing also helps for algorithms, but we also want our message to go everywhere, especially with the kind of content we're going to be bringing going forward. So sharing. And I also think it's so important that everyone joins the Telegram channel that we started.
Is super important.
The Telegram channel is called Dezz and Lauren. And, if anything ever had to happen to YouTube, Telegram would be our immediate go-to to communicate with everyone.
Correct.
And then, STF had a MailChimp account, so perhaps we could convert that as well for those who want to be on a mailing list of some kind.
So Telegram, join the Telegram channel. If you haven't got Telegram, ask someone how to load it onto your phone or onto your PC. I use Telegram on my phone as well as on my laptop. I just find it easy on my laptop. But we can give quick voice messages on there if it's urgent or whatever the case may be. It can be instant. It can reach a lot of people. Check in daily. Check in maybe once or twice a day, just quickly, briefly, to see if there's anything important. And that is where we will communicate. If anything should happen to YouTube or we cannot use YouTube for some reason, Telegram will be the go-to place if anything comes to me. So we thought about a lot of protocol with what's happening in the world. And considering all of that, we in the past decided to diversify, which was a big mistake. What we've decided now is to consolidate and use Telegram as a backup for communication with all of you. So join that Telegram channel. You will find it in the description below this video. We'll also leave it in the first comment. Join that Telegram channel. We started it earlier. It's got over 100 members on there already. So welcome to you. You can also comment there. The people are already commenting. And
that's a public channel.
It's a public channel, so all of you can join there. We ask you not to place any links or anything like that there. We don't want any subversion. So this is a place where myself and Lauren will communicate with you, and you can ask questions, etc. Okay. So we'll be monitoring that regularly. Any other questions?
Just a lot of hellos from everybody that wanted to join. Sadiqa and Beverly and Edric, hi.
Yeah, we haven't done a live stream now in a long time since we've gone over to the Zoom. The Zooms, we will be doing more live streams in future. It's clear that it's a necessity. Some people prefer live streams. And at the moment, the algorithms are dead for live streams on this channel. Normally, when I do a live stream, we get 300 to 500, sometimes up to 800 people. We've had up to 1,200 people, depending on the topic. So we will still discuss what is happening on the national grid, what is happening with power, what is happening in the governance system. We'll discuss everything related to the Omega goals. Continuously.
And covering those same 10 topics, the gender, the attack on freedom of association, attack on freedom of ownership, what was also included, AI, smart cities, and the whole surveillance state that's being developed across the world is not just unique to China. And interestingly, something we brought up on STF is how the East, once again, is being looked at as the enemy, implementing draconian laws of surveillance. Meanwhile, the West has been doing it forever. And it's interesting to see that dynamic play out, where mainstream media is painting one side as evil and the other side as good, as per usual. And it's very childish, actually. So we'll be bringing clarity to show you exactly where and how governments have been ripping privacy and rights and independent liberty from people for a very long time.
And we'll actually be continuing with some of the playlists like Moments in Time, where this channel started out with a lot of information. We'll be doing dissecting certain world leaders, etc.
Yes, I can't wait for that one.
Yes.
On ACF, we did do an impromptu video on Klaus Schwab, and we're going to be bringing you Karl Marx next. And we'll continue bringing you information on specific tyrants that have shaped the world as we know it today. And Dezz has done this definitely with Adam Weishaupt and a few other people.
Cyril Ramaphosa is the second most watched video on this channel. So those details, people obviously appreciate it. And we will continue with that. So none of that's going to change. the focus will be training and the focus of Omega. And just remember, we still need a political solution. So the organic humanity movement will play that role.
I just want to also specify, because there's a question that's been popping up here. We want to keep OHM queries on OHM's channel. Correct. And OHM's communication. So OHM has a Telegram channel. OHM has a Facebook page, many Facebook groups, an email address.
Correct.
Its own website. So even though I am the leader of the OHM, this is a channel for Omega and what we're doing. OHM as an entity that needs to be addressed on OHM itself. And we will be providing more ways for members to communicate with the organic humanity movement very soon.
Correct. Maybe just explain that Omega came before OHM.
Yes, it did. Well, that's the thing. I mean, it started with me trying to figure out, do I register or don't I register with the IEC? But the plan was always first to make people independent of government and corporate control, which is something we've really interwoven into the organic humanity movement's plan. But we always wanted to create training that would empower citizens to take control and to counteract any kind of act of tyranny on the average citizen. And I realized at a specific point that you cannot not participate in the current political system. If you do not participate in the current political system, you'll be completely left behind. And that's why I ended up registering the organic humanity movement. But the plan, first and foremost, always was my initial vision. Before I had a name and before I had a logo, before I had a constitution, before I approached people to join the organic humanity movement, the vision for me, after all my experience in politics, was to create a resistance against evil. Literally that. And that is how OHM was born. And out of OHM came everything else. Then the organic humanity movement plus Omega, the two different parallel missions taking place at the same time. And for a very long time, I put Omega on the back seat because I was focusing so much on developing a new brand and educating people. And through my experience, especially, and now you must think about pre-lockdown days, people were not ready for the Omega message. I remember hosting my first meeting where we discussed self-reliance. Only 2 people rocked up. This wasn't something people were interested in because
at all.
People didn't feel like the individual liberty was being threatened. The circumstances had to show themselves first. And so it was just so much easier to focus on the political aspect because especially in South Africa, we're such a politically charged country. People understand political language. They understand vote for a political party or not. They don't understand joining a movement promoting a philosophy to infiltrate society. They don't really understand that. But I feel like after everything we've been through the past 3 years with you starting your channel, the tour we did, and the threats to freedom people literally faced, people lost lives, people lost jobs. After everything people have been through, I think now, especially those that are on this channel, are ready to adopt a brand new methodology of doing things that complements the political aspect.
And some people were brutalized by the state. You were, in fact, one of them. So people seeing how the state can start to want to control everything you do, I think shocked people. It shocked me. I started my YouTube channel, Dezz, because of that. So we're now at a point where things are progressing further. So we had to progress. This is a progression from where we were at, and it's awesome that we are there now. I'm so relieved. And for the first time, I actually feel like we are pulling all in the same direction. And I hope it makes it a lot easier for all of you to be in one place, receive all the information. You must understand that we have lots of content that we are going to be loading.
Okay, current existing content.
Current existing content,
yes. A lot, probably close on 50, 60, 70 videos. We will be loading them over time.
Over time.
We're not going to bombard you all at once. It all stays relevant. But we're also going to continuously be making new videos. I'm going to be working on a billable video after this live stream.
Welcome, Ferdi. Joined as a member. Welcome to the membership community. If any of you do want to join as a channel member, you can just go to the join button underneath any of the videos, or go to the channel and click on join. And there's quite a few options there. And then you can decide if you want to join our Thursday Zoom sessions that gets loaded afterwards for the members. Then you can do that. It's every Thursday at 7 o'clock.
So what perks are on that session now?
Well, at this stage, you have the Thursday evenings. Yeah, every Thursday evening at 7 o'clock, and then you also have membership videos. There's many of them. In fact, you've got the exit series videos, of which there's 3: exiting the rabbit hole, which is a whole presentation I gave, as well as exiting the money trap, exiting the techno trap.
Isn't there one more perk on memberships, on the Thursday night memberships?
Then you have the interactive membership, okay,
Oh, yes,
which is every last Wednesday of the month, where we have an interactive meeting and discuss many things, and we get into a lot. Those are often quite long. So those that want to be a part of that community can. And in that community now, you will get the same perks that you had in the Explorer level on Stranger Than Fiction. So those are combined into there. So my dad's book Armageddon, everything to deal with that will be discussed there. So those will be transferred soon, and those members will be able to watch it there. And then we, of course, have the level for the Dezz meeting that you can join for 1 month. You can watch this the long meeting, that's 7.5 hours. And then there's 2 more meetings that I did on there. And we'll be adding to that in future, and you can look out for that news when it happens. So any other questions? Anything that's come through that's important right now? But it's really exciting that we can do this. And thanks to all of you that have joined us. Please share this with as many people as you can. Like I say, this is open to the public.
I have a question.
Yes.
What are we going to do with our waffle-a-thon?
So on Stranger Than Fiction, we actually had this 5.5 hours long, what we call a waffle-a-thon that we did, and we're going to do that again. But the next one we said we're going to do in pajamas. So we carried on to like 2 in the morning, and there were like 80 people that stuck with us.
Could have been later.
It could have been later.
I was really tired.
I don't know who of you were part of the waffle-a-thon, but it was just an awesome experience together, and we spoke about so many different things. So waffling, just talking nonsense, and we had a waffle-a-thon competition. You won, hands down. So for those of you that think I can talk a lot, Lauren beat me hands down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the waffle-a-thon will happen on this channel. Everything will take place over here. And bombshells will be plenty. Make no mistake. If you're a Dezz channel member and you join those Thursday evenings, there will be bombshells. There will be all sorts of things. And things will be, I think, more organized now that you are involved.
I'm a master of chaos. What are you talking about?
You are a master of chaos. And yet you have order that I need in many different ways. So I think it'll be an awesome experience for both of us. We love working together.
We do, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that is how we literally started, is we work together. And that'll continue now. We actually feel at home when that happens.
We love working together.
Yes.
I was just thinking of, I'm trying to read a very difficult section of Available, and Dezz is telling me, look at this, look at that. And then I just ended up telling him, shut up.
Just keep quiet.
To read.
And she was really doing some hectic research. So Lauren will do the research for you on the Bellable, and you'll probably be doing 10 or more videos just on that.
Absolutely, there's going to be a lot, because I realize it's just too much in one thing. And also the other, we'll be literally working next to each other right now because we are moving. We decided to change our dining room into our studio, our poor kids, but that's how it's going to be for the next 35 days
till we move to a new place. I can't wait.
Me too.
Yeah.
Counting down. So we love working together, and I think this is just going to be a lot of fun. And amongst all the seriousness, I hope that we also get to make you laugh in between.
Oh yes, definitely. With the two of us, you're going to laugh.
If not with us, then at us.
Yes, which is fine. You can definitely laugh at us. So thanks so much for joining us tonight. I don't want to labor this any longer. If you have any questions, you can ask us in the comments. But the base is probably in the Telegram group. It's an easy place for us to ask things. People seem to battle with notifications from the community tab. Often, a lot of people have their notifications disabled on YouTube without even knowing it. We have a lot of people that are technically seriously disadvantaged, and they battle with basic things. So don't be afraid to ask someone else if you
Also,
don't know how to
Google
do
it.
something.
You can
Yes,
Google it.
you can Google, ask someone else to help you if you don't get something right, because the majority of people have no issues. So if you have an issue, it's probably something that you're doing wrong. And normally, if I don't get things wrong, I research as much as I can. I had to do it earlier to find out how to download a thumbnail on old videos. And it was embarrassing because I actually knew and I just forgot how easy it was. So, yes, but I Googled it. I went onto YouTube, watched the video. So make the effort and do research if you don't understand something. On Telegram, on the YouTube channel, if it doesn't make sense, or else you can ask us. Okay.
Yeah, so just to remind you, we changed Double O Dezz Facebook page to Dezz and Lauren. We changed the Double O Dezz Facebook group to Dezz and Lauren. Then there's Freedom SA and STF Facebook groups. We are leaving that open for a month, giving people a chance to come across to the Double O Dezz ones, because we have a lot of groups. I made a mind map of all the Facebook platforms.
I was shocked to see how many. This is more than 30.
Yeah, because for many reasons we have more than 30. We have too many.
Insane.
So Freedom SA and STF will be closing down and becoming
everything will fall under the Omega.
Unfortunately, banner. You can't merge groups, so people literally have to leave one and go to the other.
Correct.
So we'll give everyone 30 days to do that. Please join the Telegram channel. It's open, it's public, anyone can join. So invite your friends and family to join as well, because it'll be the meeting spots of all people wanting freedom and humanity, as we call it. We'll be making a lot more use of Telegram going forward. Between YouTube, Zoom, and Telegram, that's going to be our main sources of communication.
And at the moment, please join us in our Zoom. If you're a channel member and there's hundreds of you, try and join those live Zoom meetings. We can take up to 500 people on the package that we're paying for at this stage. So we can have 500 people in that meeting. At the moment, we're having just over 100. It'll be great if we can increase that. The nice thing is that we can see each other, we can speak to each other. It's different to this, but a lot of people still enjoy this. So we will do live streams in future, and we will do those regularly. Okay.
But we still have a lot of work to do, getting everything ready, downloading videos, uploading videos.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of work. So over this weekend, we're going to have our work cut out.
And we have our workshops to prepare. So we have a lot ahead. So we're going to say good night to you very soon.
Yes. And the last workshop on Monday.
Second last
workshop, yes.
Are you asking me to say what the topic is?
Yes.
It is how... What is it? The last one was how to make time work for you. The next one is... financial success is within your reach.
And to me, this is going to be super important. You're very excited about it.
I am very excited about this. This is not your typical financial advice from your bank.
No.
This is not also how to get rich quick.
No.
This is about taking what you have and making the most of it. Correct. So that you can get ahead in life. So all of our STF workshops have one single function, and that is to allow you to get over the things that are holding you back from living your full potential as an individual. Omega is to take your best self as an individual and put your efforts together to overcome challenges on a much larger scale. But STF is to help you as an individual overcome challenges, your own individual challenges.
And with Omega, you'll be able to overcome challenges wider than that. But you need to start with yourself.
I suppose we'll probably make a separate video talking about the workshops, because most people on your channel didn't know about them. And we've gotten amazing feedback from people that experienced the workshops. And it's really heartwarming to see that it's literally, physically, tangibly helped people. And we'll talk a little bit about that. And if you want to know more, you can just give us an email, send us an email, or message on Telegram, and we'll send you all the info. You can go and do any of the workshops that we've done. We started last year, December, and there's 10 in total. We're busy going to do number 9 and number 10. So if you want to be part of that, just send us an email or a message on Telegram. And I see Derek just sent the Telegram channel link, so you can go and follow that.
Okay, so there's a Telegram channel link. Thanks, Derek. He's also admin with us on that Telegram channel for when we are busy or wherever. It's important that we don't put links out there. We discuss the topic at hand with regards to the post. We do need to be disciplined in how we do things. Otherwise, subversion takes place. It's one of the first things that we will be teaching.
We're going to be training a lot
training people on
understanding the tactics of the enemy, subversion, infiltration, all the rest. And I'm so excited about that.
That's the first one, right? That's the first
very,
one.
Very needed.
And you should all do that training.
Let's give an example, though.
Yeah.
If someone attacks your principles or beliefs, the best thing to do is not respond.
Correct.
And we've seen in this community how someone will either attack the organization or one of us or one of you guys, and then people will want to justify or reason with the person. But if someone has already made up their mind, stated their opinion, you do not engage. You do not engage with terrorists. You do not negotiate with terrorists.
No, you ignore them like they don't exist.
We'll be delving into the nuts and bolts of that principle when we discuss tactics of the enemy. And we'll also be defining the enemy. And the enemy is a strong word, but you get global enemies and then you get very local enemies. And an enemy isn't necessarily a specific person. It's rather
you can be the enemy.
It's the actions and the philosophies of people or a group of people. And that brings me to the last STF workshop we're going to do. One that Dezz is very excited
self-sabotage.
About. How to overcome self-sabotage.
Yes, absolutely. Because often we are the enemy. Our behavior, the things that we do.
I think that's definitely true for me. I can think of many times.
Yeah, for all of us. We all commit self-sabotage. And that workshop will delve into that, the details of it. So if you feel that you need training like that, the STF workshops will do that. And after the level 1 workshops, we will move on, and everything falls under the umbrella of Amiga. We'll either prepare you for Amiga training or will help you to engage at the different levels of Amiga.
Mm-hmm. But with that, we need to go and get to work. We thank you so much for joining this very last minute and impromptu live stream.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. And remember, love is the power in the universe that not only conquers all, but makes all things possible. Thank you so much. Love to all of you.